Picking up where I left off from the Drawing Matrix by O.R. Ashe, we're going to be talking about more Ultimate Alien transformations today. I actually haven't watched the video for these ones yet, so today I'll be covering the Omniverse and some of the Ultimate Alien transformations that hadn't been done prior to the release of the newer video. So starting off, we've got Fast Track. I really like the colour palette here. I think really leaning into the sort of the animalistic nature of Fast Track. I think the additional legs makes more sense as to huge increased speed. I think the colour palette works really nice. I like that gentle sort of two-tone purple to the fur. I don't know if you can tell by my channel, but I really love purple. I think especially that sort of dull, muted purple is just so nice to look at. I like the spikiness of it. I like the sort of lightning aesthetic to it. Yeah, the four legs works really nicely. I think the black and white colour palette works nice on Ben. Yeah, I really like this. That sort of centaur design works really nicely with the speed. I can see the way it moves just by looking at its design. Then we've got Ultimate Chameleon. I think this is a huge improvement over the original Chameleon's design. That sort of heavier upper body is awesome. I love the face mask. There's elements of the original Chameleon's design that work, but it just proportionally didn't feel right, and I think this really corrects that. I think it feels more fierce. It feels like a natural evolution of what the alien was. I love the pattern on the body. That looks so good. I don't love the Ultimatrix symbol's placement on it, but it looks really good. The face is just absolutely 10 out of 10 on this design. Now the other Ultimate Chameleon, Blinkblot. This is, ooh, again, I love the head on this one. I think it looks more stealthy. I really love the skin texture in this one. And I've just noticed the secondary head. Again, I haven't seen the video for this one yet. I wanted to wait until after I recorded so that my views wouldn't be skewed at all based on knowing too much about them. I just want to talk to them completely on a visual standpoint. I like this one a lot. I love the two-head. It reminds me of there's an Australian lizard that has doesn't have two heads, but it's designed so its tail and its head look identical. This is reminiscent of that. Really cool. The skin's awesome. I love how vibrant it is. Yeah, this is just as good as the previous design, I'd say. Oh, Beetlejuiced. I really like that for a buff Ultimate Eater. This is really cool. That sort of cannon. It reminds me a lot of Mega Blastoise, I'd say. Really cool. I'm just looking at the abilities here. Larger size, larger mouth. Makes sense. Extra set of arms. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, cool. I mean, that works well with the Beetle design. This really looks like an Ultimate. It reminds me a lot of the classic Ultimate Humongousaur design we see in Alien Force. Or Ultimate Alien Force, that is. Looks really good. The colours are so vibrant. Actually, I wouldn't have minded keeping that really vibrant green, but maybe dulling the blue, maybe making it darker, almost like a blackish blue. Maybe that's a bit too close to Eagle, though. Oh, another Ultimate Eagle. Gastronaut, that's fun. I like this way more. I think that sort of metallic jaw that they show in that version of Eagle is so much nicer in this design than the previous one. I think it's so fascinating that Ashe has lent into that sort of metallic jaw. That's really cool. And this is the exact colour palette I was describing I wanted. I think that's so awesome. It feels more insectoid. The other one actually reminded me a lot of the One Punch Man villain. I can't remember his name though. Ultimate Chimera or something. I can't remember the name. This is so cool. I love the horn. I love everything about this. The wings are so good. That vibrant green against that black like I was talking about. That sort of subtly bluey purple skin tone underneath feels so insectoid. Reminds me a little bit of Cell from Dragon Ball's first form. Everything about it. The mouth is so good. I'd say this is probably the best so far. Ultimate Clockwork. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm not sure what this reminds me of. I mean, it feels very 5OL. You know what it does remind me of? It's Symbiotic Titan, for those of you who have seen that. It looks great. I love the gears sort of protruding out of that sort of almost organic looking body. Oh, it has different forms. Interesting. It has roll form, defense form, and flight form. Okay, that's really cool. Let me see here. The silvers work really nicely against the blues. The head size is great. The way you can see the internal parts. I've just noticed the Omnitrix is one of the gears inside it. That's a really nice touch. Just a really great design. Ultimate Jerry Rig. Oh, I've just seen accelerated cell growth and division, duplication, additional limbs and generations and detachments. Really, that works so well for this. Sorry, I'm talking purely visually, but I'm getting distracted by what else is on the wiki. Again, I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm pretty excited to watch it directly after this, especially now I'm looking through it. This Ultimate Jerry Rig is so nice. Duplication works so well. I can see it now. I can see multiple of them working on a machine together. I don't know. It just feels crocodilian. It feels a bit Gremlin-esque. I'm assuming that's what it really leans into, that sort of Gremlin after midnight sort of insanity creature. I really like this. It's so, I mean, the duplication, I'm assuming, I'm going to jump into this in a moment. I've just seen the weaknesses of heat and sunlight. Okay, interesting. The costuming's really nice. I usually like that sort of black and white, but I think the green and black works really nice with this design. I like the keeping of the gloves. I've just noticed their tail is also sort of an arm. I like this sort of interesting tail where it comes from the back. I don't know what else I've seen that on recently, but I really like that. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm really liking this badge. Ultimate Feedback is grouped in here with the other Omniverse designs. I think I've spoken about it before, but for those of you who haven't seen that video, or if I maybe haven't, the visor looks great. The orange is such a beautiful pop to this transformation. It feels bulkier, it feels more futuristic. It's such a great Alternate Alien version of Feedback. It just works nicely. The colors really pop. The greens against the oranges are great. Leaning into really sort of being made of cables is awesome. I like it a lot. Ultimate Topek. Oh, this is really cool. It feels so much more bestial, so much more frightening. That sort of watchtower, that sort of lighthouse, that horrific twisted version of a lighthouse, that sort of metallic texture around that looks awesome. The multiple eyes is much more frightening. The sort of hand mouths are terrifying. It feels like a living tree come to life, and the way the clothing on the chest and shoulders works really nicely. It blends really subtly. I love the twists and how organic this feels. It just feels really horrific, and I really like that. Ultimate Atomics. That's so cool. The energy hands are so great. I feel like I've spoken about this one before. I must have, because I know this isn't a brand new one, but I think it's been categorized with the Omniverse one, so maybe I haven't spoken about it. Looks so good. That sort of smokiness to the head, everything about it looks so good. I love the color scheme. I feel like I've spoken about this before, but if I haven't, or if I have, I apologize, but if I haven't, here's my original thoughts. Ultimate Vampire. Oh, this one's called Crypt Keeper. Looks great, feels so grand, feels like such a natural progression, really more Nosferatu than the original sort of more superheroic looking vampire. Looks great, frightening, imposing. I love the cape, the sort of wings and cape being that sort of natural sort of skin texture is awesome. It feels leathery, it feels frightening. It's so, I don't know, it has sort of like a gravitas to it, and I really like that. The other Ultimate Vampire, Plague Bat, I don't like this as much visually. I think this is more where the show would have lent into it. I think the color palette works really nice, it really pops. The forewings looks nice. It has a bit of that grand feeling to it, but not quite as much. It feels more organic to what the show would have gone for, though. It's quite good, but it's not quite as strong as the previous one. And with that, I think we've got all the new Ultimates. I know this video isn't quite as long as my other Ultimate discussions, but I just wanted to get this one out. I've been meaning to make this video for quite some time, and I honestly just wanted to watch the video, and I wanted to get this done before I jumped into that. So thank you so much for watching. If you had any opinions on any of these designs whatsoever, please let me know. If you have any more suggestions for 5OL related content or the Inktank related content, please let me know. I'd be very keen to cover more of their stuff. I'm a huge fan of theirs, as I'm sure all of you would know by now. Thank you so much for watching.